it kind of tasted like fried chicken.
Oh.
And it's a very weird line to say, but it's also real in that moment of, yeah, probably it's what happened. Just a very weird, real odd moment.
Okay, it's not my line, it's Jessica Cabella's line in Girls in Panzer. Like, so, in Girls in Panzer, they have a lot of, like, German terms in there. So, Miho says, Panzervor, and Jessica Cabella's line is, panties do what now? And I can't handle it. I love it every time.
Probably pretty much every time I had to say pancake in Diabolic Lovers was a little bit awkward.
Okay, Massa Kitty is kind of weird, I guess. Hello, Massa Kitty, or something. It's.
You should have committed to that, Bryson. You had it.
I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so first of all, I love your gorilla shirt.
Oh, thank you. I love this gorilla shirt. It's really good.
So, okay, so how do you guys feel when you hear that people say that they despise the dub version of a work you were part of?
2017, and they've got a little button to make their choice,
Right.
and they should shut up.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say I understand people, like, preferring something over another. There are plenty of things that, like, you know, I've seen shows, like, different plays millions of times and been like, oh, I like this version better than this version. And that's okay. But when you start attacking another one just because it's not the same, that's not the point of the English adaptation. The point of the English adaptation is to reach a crowd that won't go out of their way to watch the Japanese version. Because if you're going out of your way to watch it in Japanese, you already care. You already want to be there. You know what you want. But the people who won't go out of their way to do that are the people we're trying to reach out to. So the people who don't know what's coming out next season, the people who don't know that there's even a second season of something. Like, we're reaching out for the people who won't get the cultural references, which is why we don't keep some jokes. And there's some jokes that just don't translate.
Or those who are dyslexic and can't read. Or those who are dyslexic and can't read subtitles. Those who have impairments that make subtitles difficult for them. The English dub is also for them.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, y'all are being so diplomatic, and I'm. I like to find them on Twitter and comment back. Because they won't tag me directly, but they'll put my name.
Yeah. And you can still search your name.
And so I'll be like, oh, you didn't like her? I thought she was amazing. That's the best version of that I've ever heard. And it's funny because, like, once they get called out, like, sometimes they'll enter into a dialogue with you that is, like, more constructive. And, like, they're less likely to, like, just spread hate if they know, like, the person is watching them and I'm watching.
That happened. That totally happened to me for when the preview for Love Chinibyo, for the voice actor reveal came out. They only revealed like one side of Rika's voice. So like when she was in Chinibyo mode, and they were all like, her voice is too low, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, whatever. And like somebody commented something, you know, not nice. And I was like, wow, like it's not even out yet. That was a surprising quick reaction. And they like messaged me and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, you don't have to be sorry. Like, I get if you don't like those like 5 seconds of recording. Like, I understand. Like, if you don't like it, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to. But like, it's really surprising, like, if you respond back, how...
Also, these people would never say
Or they
anything
double
to you in
down.
person at a convention.
Once they are no longer
Like,
anonymous, they lose their power and their confidence.
No, I don't. I'm like, oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to drop the mic. No, but you're right. I actually got destroyed online over Sendcats from Kill la Kill. Like, when the trailer came out. But as soon as the show came out, then people had to sing a different tune. But I got a funny story about that, and Jade, you reminded me of this. My name is David Ernest. David Vincent is also my name, but I'm both. Okay, and so one show I had gotten credited as David Ernest as opposed to David Vincent, which we all know and love, right? Okay, and so at any rate, I'm reading in the comments, and I had done this performance, and in the comments they're like, and I had been credited as David Ernest, and one guy writes, "Man, I can't believe they got David Ernest to do this. He sucks. They should have gotten David Vincent to do it." It's a true story, and I was like, I didn't say anything. I just let that. And the other guy writes back, like, I didn't say anything. The other guy writes back, he goes, like, "You're an idiot, man. David Ernest is David Vincent." I was like,
He's Ernest in town and Vincent in the country.
exactly.
Nice. Yeah, those people aren't casting me in shows, so I don't care. Also, I think there's some subs that are better than dubs and some dubs that are better than subs. But I personally don't like to read my television unless it's a live-action foreign film.
You know what? And bouncing off of what you just said, I think the thing that a lot of these people don't know, and I don't know if it would shame them or change their mind or not, about 75% of the time, part of why we wait so long to get cast is because we have to be approved by the Japanese companies. Like, there are Japanese officials that work for the licensing companies that say that we want you to run your dub cast by us. And if we're okay with these actors, you can use them in the dub. It's not, it's not something that's decided upon lightly. And it's actually, a lot of times, your final decision is being made by a Japanese individual. So, I don't know. I think people just like to pop off online because it's easy.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for that.
This is directed to Jade. What did you think
Wendy?
Thank you.
You're far too young to be traveling unaccompanied, child.
What did you think of Con and Saikawa's relationship?
Oh, you're not asking about Carla. Sorry, I got excited. I thought that they were... Okay, Saikawa cracks me up. I mean, she's probably one of my favorite characters on Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid because of the way that her brain just explodes every time at Kana's cuteness. So I find them to be very adorable, like best friends, and that's the way that I view it. I think they're just super cute, and I just like how her mind is just blown with cuteness.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. If you could cosplay as one of your characters, which character would you cosplay as?
I have cosplayed as a character. It was like one of my first ones. It was Ai Hoshimiya from Bodacious Space Pirates. Because one of my friends was dressing up as one of the characters as well, and I was like, because it hadn't been announced that I was in it yet, and I was like really new, so it wasn't a big deal. So I like made a costume because I knew the director was going to be there, and I walked past him in the costume, and he was like, "You." And we couldn't say anything about it, but it was just one of those like, "Yeah, I know what you're doing." But I like costumes a lot, so I probably dress up as any of them. I like dressing up. I like dress up. I'm an actor. Like I like dressing up.
I'd probably go for Belle because it's relatively easy, like a jacket, a nice, like, easy clothes to wear. But if I wanted to go like super all out, I'd probably do Gelsadra from Gatchaman Crowd's Insight, and we would need to go together. Because I play the child form, and Chris here plays the adult form, and we should just go any convention we're invited to. We should make that happen.
What was that ridiculous sound we had to make?
Get loo. Yeah, it was so good.
We could walk around just saying "Galulu."
Yeah.
Say something.
I think it'd be fun to cosplay a daily from Space Dandy. Yeah.
I've already done one of my characters.
Yeah.
In Houston we have anime at the Alamo, and when Sunday Without God came out, it was Halloween, so I decided to dress up like Austin from that show. And I think if I was going to dress up like any other one, I would probably do Shira just because I want an excuse to make my hair rainbow. Yeah. I really like taking hair inspiration. I like making my hair an art canvas, so...
I would do Fantasia from when supernatural battles became commonplace because she wears a pink nurse's outfit and a little bunny hat and like knee-high stockings and she's super cute.
Yes.
I would want to do maybe Gilgamesh or Grimjow. Yeah, I mean, probably one of those two. If I did like a whole bunch of sit-ups, then maybe I would do Grimjow. I would have a six-pack of abs like him. So he'd be a great character.
What if you cosplayed as Senkets? Like if you cosplayed as a costume? What?
Or a cosplay within a cosplay.
It'd be so meta. You should.
It'd be so meta.
Wearing the outfit.
I'm a master carpenter and a woodworking enthusiast, so I would absolutely do Kamui Woods from My Hero. Yeah.
Good question. I like that question.
Yeah. Need a book?
What would you say to like people who want to like take this career path as a voice actor?
Bless your heart.
Run away as fast as you can.
There's so much to say. Who wants to go?
Start building your Twitter followership right now.
Oh no. Yeah. Seriously.
Go for it. I've already told you this. Go for it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. It's a very challenging career. Very challenging and very tricky. Go to iwanttobeavoiceactor.com and study it top to bottom, front to back. Know it back and forth. It's a wonderful resource to learn if you're I know that she was in my panel and this is Isabella, is 12 years old, and do all the theater that you can at your school and study that website, and it's really going to help you prepare.
You guys, like that can't be overstated enough how great a resource that website is.
That website is amazing.
It's seriously, it's every question, every answer we've all ever given in a panel about how to be a voice actor is answered on there in great, wonderful, beautiful detail.
There's also Crispin Freeman does a really great podcast about voice acting called Voice Acting Mastery. It's a really good one too.
That's true. Yeah.
That website and that podcast
I
combined.
think that's our answer.
I think we all just would echo.
Yeah. Everything you need is on that website.
Do theater, same general.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
Take care of your voice.
Take care.
Yes, really take care of your voice. Drink lots of water. Never start smoking cigarettes in your life.
This is my 4th water bottle today.
Then he's going to eat it later. He eats plastic.
Yeah.
He's invited to the friendly too.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Hi.
Hello. Hi. My question was, has there ever been a role that you like lose yourself in, or like you just get so caught up you're actually like that person for a little bit?
Yeah. I do a character on a little kids TV show on the Sprout Network called Bodge, and I play a character. He's a talking rabbit, and his name is Mr. Niblet, and he is from India. And whenever I leave, I can't stop teaching the children about exercise and talking like this until I drive my wife nuts, and she wants to divorce me.
That's amazing. Part of me, like, I don't necessarily lose myself. Like, I'm still in control, but there's definitely times where sometimes emotions can take control. It happens sometimes. It's why people get giggly on camera during scenes, like when they're like overly tired or they need a break. And usually if I'm starting to lose that, that's when I take a break. It's because you're not, I wouldn't say you're like not supposed to get that out of the character, but like it's something that I don't ever lose sight of what I'm doing. Because I'm trying to while I am following a script and making sure something goes through and I'm still emotionally attached, I wouldn't say that I lose control of myself during it. Like, I definitely connect to make sure it all works out, but I haven't ever, like, lost control, if that makes sense.
I have one. The game that Caitlin was talking about earlier called Carpe Diem Reboot, it comes out in September, guys. You should play it. It's going to be on Steam. Caitlin is the lead girl, and I'm like kind of the secondary girl, like alternate route character, Yume. And we've spent so many hours on that game. It's a lot. It's fully voiced. Like it takes place over what, like 14 days. Yeah, she's not done. I just finished. It took us like months. It was great though, and it was a super like. It was really immersive for me, like staying in there, recording it for hours and hours, because I would like knock out hours of it at a time. And like, I feel like I lost myself in her, but only because like she is me. Like Yume was basically just I's friend. And I love Caitlin so much that, you know, like the guy character's mean to Caitlin's character, and that's just, it's so natural for me to be like, stop, that's my girl. Like, so, you know, I feel like I lost myself in her a little bit and got really, really invested in her, but a lot of that was just because, like, she's me because she loves Caitlin.
Yeah, I can totally get on board with that sentiment, because like oftentimes, as like Sunny from Torco, like I find myself being like foppishly antagonistic. Do you find those grapes to be delicious? Do you like those grapes? Yeah. I was in a. This is kind of an offshoot from your question. I was in the booth. I forget the name of the show, but I'm confessing my love to a girl, and I'm working with Jerry Jewell, and like I start breaking down because like our love is forbidden, and I'm just like, listen, this isn't supposed to happen. I know that I'm not supposed to feel this way, blah blah blah, and I start streaming tears. And I'm breaking down and crying and getting to what I need out of it, and then Jerry, I hear a door click. And then Jerry's like, hey, Aaron, we're just gonna, Seth's gonna pop in and grab a line. And I was like, cool, Jerry.
Wow.
I'll just shove these tears back into my face and put these emotions on hold so he can come in here and go, brr, 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 brr.
I actually have a story of a character that I've got way too into. It is the show Sunday Without God, and that show will kick you any sense of hope you have. It'll kick you down several episodes.